Well, that's that paralog done. Time to catch up on stuff here. So, yeah, the final boss of monsters with multiple HP bars just put Byleth and Dimitri on either side of the final boss, taking turns hitting it. That was like a solid strategy there. And no, I didn't fail once on that map. And you actually bring Link's Awakening and decide to play this again on Maddening. Nice. I should hopefully be beating that game soon. But also, wait, what's this?
This is the only ball of the year, and I see why. Everyone is absurdly excited.
Your Highness, you sound so detached. We are all encouraged to enjoy the ball tomorrow.
Right you are. What a burden.
Huh. I never thought we'd see eye to eye, but I agree. I'd rather be swinging my blade than wasting my time with some girl at a ball.
Felix, Your Highness, you must be joking, right? This is our chance to dance with all of the ladies of the Academy to our heart's content. You wish to throw away the best day of the whole year for sword practice? Insanity, I tell you.
I'm pretty excited about the ball myself. It's not like we get to do things like this very often.
Too true, Ash. In fact, I'm going to do you a favor and give you a crash course in chatting up girls. By tomorrow, you'll be an expert.
Actually, I'd much prefer if someone could just teach me how to dance.
Don't worry about the dancing part. I can teach you that easy. It's time for the ball. That warrants at least a tiny bit of makeup, don't you think, Ingrid? Just a smidge.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
It's settled. Tomorrow morning we'll meet up in Ingrid's room. Ooh, I can't wait!
You know, there's no telling where life will take us after we leave here. If only we could find a way to come together again, just like this.
A fine notion, Your Highness. Perhaps 5 years from now?
5 years from now. Ah, that's when At Monastery will be holding its Millennium Festival.
By then, we'll be addressing Your Highness as Your Majesty instead.
That's right. I suppose we all know it's coming, but by then you'll be far removed from us.
Come now, you know me better than that. My title may change, but I won't. And it won't just be me, you know. 5 years from now, you'll all have your own stuffy positions to contend with. But as I understand it, the festivities at the Millennium Festival will be of a scale far beyond anything we've yet seen. In other words, the perfect excuse for all of us to return here.
Ooh, a reunion? That sounds fun! I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'd love for you to be there as well, Professor. After all, you're the heart of the Blue Lion House.
I'll be there.
Good. Then it's settled. Of course, if something happens and I'm not able to attend, I'm leaving all of the logistics of organizing this reunion to you, Professor.
You have to attend.
It's true. I'm sure being a king will keep you busy, but it's a bit early to be backing out of your own plans, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. You have my word. I will return as well. Count on it.
Running away? I understand. You hardly had the time to breathe in there. It It must be hard to be the favorite teacher at the ball. Poor professor.
It is difficult.
So you do think you're the favorite? I might have known.
Professor, what are you doing here?
Are you going to dance with Claude?
Good one, Professor. I could see saving a dance for Edelgard, but Claude is another story. In any case, I have no intention of dancing with anyone. As a child, Edelgard taught me how to dance. It was a bit awkward, honestly.
Illusion of choice. Edelgard.
I've told you before that we're siblings by marriage, haven't I? Her birth mother was my stepmother, although I didn't know that at the time. My stepmother treated me with such kindness, just as though I were her own flesh and blood. And yet she never so much as hinted that she had her own child, Edelgard. We were born and raised in different territories, without ever knowing the other even existed. Yet, against all odds, for just over a year, we became childhood friends.
Not siblings.
Indeed. Unaware of each other's stations or backgrounds, we met and became incredibly close. This was when she and Lord Arundel were living in the kingdom.
Why were they in the kingdom?
They were in exile. This was a time of great turmoil within the Empire. I ran into her when visiting Lord Arundel's residence with my father. She seemed quite bored with everything. At first, I found her to be difficult and stubborn. But that facade quickly fell away, revealing her true self beneath. That's around the time when she taught me how to dance. Her instruction was, though let's call it strict, to put it nicely.
Wrong foot, Dimitri. You're supposed to lead with your right.
Oh, the sun's going down. I really ought to be heading home.
That 1 year before she had to return to the Empire was so much fun. The time of my life in many ways. It's kind of pathetic to think about it all these years later. But can you guess what I gave her as a parting gift?
She always keeps a dagger at her side, but that's probably not it, is it? I mean, she always has a dagger at her side. I'm gonna say it. A dagger.
Huh. Good guess, Professor. But I swear, it came from the heart.
She carries a dagger everywhere with her. It was a good
In
guess.
Fargus, we've long considered blades as tools of destiny, as a way to cut a path to a better future. She was being dragged all over, unable to live the life she wanted. I thought the dagger could help her cut a path to the future she dreamed of. However, that was many years ago. I'm sure she's forgotten all about the boy I was back then.
It's not too late to reconnect.
I'm afraid it's far too late for that. Things are different now. She's different. I'm different. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit out of place here. Festivities like this don't suit me. Professor, will you join me for a bit? You must be getting a bit tired of the ball by now.
This is a very long black screen. What? Okay.
It's quiet here, isn't it, Professor? That reminds me. Do you know the legend associated with the Goddess Tower?
I'm not concerned with such things.
Just as expected. They say that wishes made in this tower will come true. I wonder who came up with such a silly notion.
You don't believe it?
Legends are legends, nothing more. I doubt there are many who really believe that wishes can be granted. The goddess just watches over us from above. That is all. No matter how hard someone begs to be saved, she would never so much as offer her hand. And even if she did, we lack the means to reach out and grasp it. That's how I feel about her. In any case, I suppose there's no harm in passing the time with silly legends. What do you say, Professor? Care to make a wish? We are here on the night of the ball. Why don't you try wishing for something?
Oh, illusion of choice. After you.
A wish of my own. I suppose my wish is for a world in which no one would ever be unjustly taken from us. Or something along those lines.
I'll wish for the same.
Thank you, Professor. Although, at a time like this, perhaps it would make more sense for me to wish that we'll be together forever. What do you think?
You're jumping the gun a little bit there.
Well now, Professor, you must admit I've improved in the art of joke-telling.
Didn't sound like a joke.
I'm sorry. I guess that was rather thoughtless of me. Honestly, I do regret saying such a thing. Please, think nothing of it. I've blurted out irresponsible things like that to my classmates. Promises that we'll see each other again and the like. I have no business making such promises for the future. There are certain things that I must accomplish, even if it means risking my life. I may not even have a future to promise to someone. We should head back soon. It's rude of me to keep you all to myself. Shall we, Professor?
It seems that everyone is having a delightful time. Will you not dance some more?
No, I just got back home from freaking physiotherapy. I can only walk as is, and that's the only movement I can do right now. I'm too sore, Sothis. I'm tired.
How dull of you. Had I a body of my own? Oh, I would sing and dance until I fell upon the ground. But you? Do as you will. Oh, you're not the only one who feels that way. Look over there. I'm bored beyond compare. Will you not follow her?
Why would I?
Oh, come on, hurry up. I know that you are curious to see what she is up to. I hear someone singing from over there. That song. I feel that I have heard it in the past. Actually, it is not that I have heard it. Did I once sing that song to someone? No, there's more. I wrote this song. Oh, but how could that be so? If that were true, then how could she be singing it? Unless... No. I am suddenly so exhausted. As are you, no doubt? Quickly then, to bed with you.
Well, anyway, I was trying to like have a conversation about stuff that was going on there before that all happened. Now I forget. When it comes to that song, though, we'll say though that the English version sounds so much better than the Japanese. Huh. Usually whenever there's English and Japanese voice options, everybody that I ever know who's tried the Japanese is always like, the Japanese is better, the English sucks. And I'm like, but the English is good. Like, that's the way that is with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, for example. Like, everybody I know who's tried the Japanese is like, oh, the Japanese is better, the English sucks. And I'm like, Xenoblade 2's English voice acting is like some of, if not the best voice acting I've ever seen in any game. Apart from Rex's screams, that's the only exceptions there, you know. But yeah, for that song, yeah, gotcha. I know that also one of the things that this game is better in English. Yeah, well, as long like the only way I can ever see myself playing a game with like Japanese voice acting instead is if like the English voice acting is like the worst thing ever. And the English voice acting in this game is really good. Some of my favorite voice acting that I've heard. And you prefer English in Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Good. Unlike some other people who disagree. And you speak Japanese. And you prefer the English better. The English voice acting in Xenoblade 2 is so good. Like, my favorite voice actor of the bunch has got to be Malos, but all of them are solid. But Malos is just like... Jeez. Malos' voice actor is insane. Let's see this.
Why, Lenato? Oh, hey, Felix.
I suppose your thoughts are still with Lord Lenato.
I'm fine. I'm just frustrated by how little I was able to do.
But yeah, you hear the problems with both versions. So what are nitpicks that you have with like both the English and Japanese versions? I've heard some comparisons between like the English and Japanese before. I don't like Azurda's voice at all in Japanese from the clips that I've seen. Like, it's funny, in the English version, in like one of the first few cutscenes, there's like Rex lighting the fire on his back, and Azurda in English is like, oh, like he's feeling the fire, and then Japanese is like, oh. I can't help but laugh every time I hear that. Japanese voice acting is not perfect no matter what purists say. Like, the only thing that I know that I don't like about the Japanese is the Azurda line there, but I've also never played the game through in Japanese. But from what I've heard about it, or from what I've heard from the clips, I hate Azurda's voice in the Japanese version.
He was trying to protect me, but Lenato never really told me anything. In the end, I don't think I understood his feelings at all. You said it yourself. Be more moderate.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I'd agree.
To me, he always seemed like a knight out of a story. And I was so caught up in my ideals, I turned a blind eye to his sadness, his hatred, even when they were right in front of me.
So I guess in English, Rex in English can't scream, and I guess Rex in Japanese can't cry then. He just screams instead.
I guess I'm pretty far from real knighthood, huh?
Perhaps. Yet knowing someone well does not mean you know how they feel, whether family or friend. To know someone's sorrow and turn blindly from it, that is the act of a fool. But pursuing your ideals is not foolish.
So that's the way that she is in Japanese. I really like how her English voice actor, like, really portrayed like a great deal of strength that she has, even if she's delicate at times, you know? If that makes sense.
But before, you said...
I said to be moderate in your passions, not to abandon your ideals. It's okay to be who you are.
Thank you. Hearing you say that means a lot.
And I really like the accents in English as well, with it typically being usually Britishish accents, Nia being Welsh.
Ah, I almost
Stuff
forgot.
like that.
You lent me this.
Or they do have accents depending on where they're from. Yeah, I really like how it does that.
I'm guessing you hated it?
Like, I really like Nia's accent in Xenoblade 2, for example.
Actually, I already knew the story. My brother used to read it to me all the time.
The anime thing.
Must have dug up some
Oh,
old
so
feelings,
that's
then.
from Glenn then.
I suppose.
That's just what I'd expect the knight in the story to say. It's not just the way you talk either. It's who you are as a person, deep down.
Well, I think you're like the squire in the book. He's only half a knight, but he's bold and gregarious. And he always does his best. Don't stop being that half knight, okay?
You got it.
So,
I'll become the
in
kind of
Japanese
knight
then,
only I can be.
the only accents you can Pandoria? Weird. Wonky. I guess that's only support conversation. Most of them is like after the time jump. Once we get the time jump, there's gonna be a bazillion support conversations. I'm gonna be wrapping things up soonish here. Let's see about any certifications first, though. Wait, also, let's see here. I have a Kansai bend? I'm not sure what that means. Not sure what that is there. Also, let's repair here quick, and let's just see. I'm curious. What does it take anyway? It's Umbral Steel, and it's an expensive repair. But Umbral Steel isn't the most impossible thing to get. Interesting. Alright, so then. I mean, I could change to a thief class, but like, I don't need steel at all. I could become a cavalier and get desperation. That's not a half bad skill. I probably wouldn't use it, but it's not bad. I mean, for the sake of something different, I could always do that, I guess. I don't know. So my highest there is like 49%. I could make Dimitri an archer for the sake of doing something different. Maybe. Have him become a bazillion different things. Wait, what are his chances of becoming an assassin right now? What are they? 43%. So yeah, he needs, sword needs to be B and bow needs to be C. He's getting very close. He's getting very close in both of those. My oh my. Maybe we should change him over to archer briefly. I don't know. Just so that he can do something different, I guess. But yeah, so they speak in a dialect that's spoken in the Osaka/Kyoto dialect? I don't know how to pronounce these things. Which is a kind of jock accent. Oh! Interesting. If I ever do play Xenoblade 2... Sorry, hick accent. Oh, gotcha there. Yeah, if I do wind up playing through Xenoblade 2 on my own time again one day, maybe I'll do it in Japanese just so that I can tell what the difference and like formulate more valid opinions and stuff, I guess. There's 67 there. Yeah, so 67 there. At the moment. So 67, 69, so I'll try to reclass Mercedes, I guess. Just makes sense because he's royalty, why would he have an accent like that? Very strange. Yeah, I feel like the voice acting for the English version was done so well, but I don't know about the Japanese version there. Wow. Wow, dang. Dang, man. His father doesn't even use that accent. Pfft. Consistency 101, I guess. Jeez, I'm not training Ingrid in anything that's helpful for getting her into anything here, huh? Am I now? I'm not really gonna use Lorenz. Did like Nia in Japanese though. Yeah, one of these days, like I said, if I do play through Xenoblade 2 on my own time again, maybe I'll try out Japanese, just so I can see what it's like. Yay, Tora! I'm afraid of hearing what Tora's like in Japanese. He sounds like a little girl. Nice. Alright, what are your chances here? 67. Alright, we can work on Wyvern Rider for a little bit then. Alright, let's save before we try any reclassing. This is what we try to do here. You've already maxed Warlock, so you may as well try to become a bishop. Hey, it worked. Thank goodness for that. Passed. We did the thing.
I'm so glad I passed.
Yes, change into that class since you've already mastered your other ones. Sounds like a good plan to me. Alright, now we save before trying anything else. And then... let's see here. 67%. Since he's already mastered Brigand. Use the Desumo for the med thing for Nuppons. Like that being the actual line. Instead of meh meh meh. I even say meh meh all the time because of Tora. Sweet, that was a nice res buff there. Sweet, so now you can work on that. Also, now I need some freaking more advanced seals, but I might not be able to afford them. Do I have any bullions? Oh yeah, I should use these things. I should use them on my character to make her OP. Yes, we do have bullions. Awesome. Look at that. We're not so poor anymore. Alright, so let's go and get like, I don't know, how about 3 advanced seals? Stock up for a little bit. And before I forget, let's go ahead and see here. Are you not allowed to brawl as a mage or something? Wonky. Desu means is/are in Japanese. So that's pretty strange that that's used as the meh then. Oh, where are the stat boosters? Alright, secret book. Increase dexterity by 2. Use. There we go. Raise up these stats here to make it easier to potentially recruit anybody who I don't get affinity up enough in time. Charm by 2. And permanently increases movement by 1. Wonky, man. We did the thing. My oh my, look at all these different weapons. What a world. Alright, now we save. My unit is so busted. It's not adding mo to it is what Nopons do. It's not translatable in English. Jeez. Well then. Also, so your chance of becoming an assassin right now are 43%. I could make you an archer briefly, just for fun. Just for fun, man. 67%. Okay, that's probably like the next highest odds for reclassing right now. Let's try it. Okay, guess we're calling the stream. We go until our reclass fails typically. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to university now. Go into my earth science and my computing science class. But it has an insanely deep voice. Oh boy. But yeah, so thanks all for stopping by for this morning stream. Well, at least it's morning in my time zone. For this first morning stream in a while. And yeah, I'm gonna head out of here. Go do my uni classes for the day. So yeah, see you then.